Hey guys, welcome back. So in this lecture we'll be talking about encapsulation, that is second pillar for OOPS. As you know, in object oriented programming we can restrict access to methods and variables. So suppose if I take this particular example of a class have attributes and methods, that is variable and function. So if we want to restrict the access to them, we can do that. So with encapsulation we can prevent data from being modified by any accident or by any mean. That means there are several data in our class, and with the help of different modifying methods, at currently we can modify the speed also in this particular example. So we need to restrict these type of thing, and we need to add something that can protect this, that can make this private, or that can restrict some level of modification. So in this lecture we'll be doing that. So the first thing, just look at this basic program. I have a class of speed and I have a initialize method and which I am just initializing the speed. Here I created an object that is instance of my speed class, and then I just printed and get access of that particular speed. Let me run this sample program. So you can see I just got my answer, speed is 10. Okay, that's fine. But what if I try to modify this? Maybe I try to modify my speed and make it as 60, and if I try to run this program again, you can see I just modified my speed with the help of just a simple line of code. So this need to be restricted, because if you take example of a banking system, if you take example of some salary system, maybe something regarding employees and salary, employee and boss, at that particular point of time you need certain amount of data that need to be restricted among certain group. At that point of time we will be using private methods. So what is private? So here if I try to add a new speed and make it as private, then try to print it and change it. So here I will be taking self and then double underscore, and I will give it a name as new underscore speed. For example, I am giving it a value of 80. So here if I remove this line of code for a while and print my second variable, that is my new speed. If I run this one, you can see I got an error. The first line of speed was printed, but with the second print line I got an error that speed object has no attribute underscore underscore new speed. So this is my attribute name, and the double underscore means I have made this particular attribute as private. So now the private means this can only be accessed in my class. Now the access of this new speed is only available in this particular speed class, and if I try to access in any object or in any instance, it would not be possible. So this is one of the important thing that you need to remember, that there is something called private, and we use double underscore to make things private. Okay, that's fine, we cannot access it, but can we modify that? Let me try that also. So here if I try to modify my speed, make it as 60, and try to do same with my new speed, and if I run my program again, so here you can see I am able to modify my value. So I cannot access my new speed value, but I can modify this. So this is some really important problem, and to solve this we use getter and setter. Getter means it is a function that we create to get our particular value. That means get this new speed value. At currently we are not able to access that. And setter means it's a basic function to set a particular value to this function. Let us do that also. So here we create a new function that is def, and we name it as get, and then I can give a name according to me. So basically it's a user defined function. With the help of this I can return some values. So all I have to do is I have to give a name as new speed. Here the underscore that I am using in this name are just for the name only. It's mean nothing. So you can also keep the name something like this. I am using underscore just for my comfort. Now get function means I need to get access to a value. So I am using this get function to get access to the value of my new speed. So what you need to do is return this value. Now let me clear this up, and here if I try to run this program again, You can see I'm just trying to direct access this value, and if I try to run this one, I got an error because there is nothing like this exist. But if I try to use my get function, this is get new speed, and if I try to use this function and if I run this one, you can see I got my output as 80. So basically this particular function, that is our method, is not private. We are just returning a private value with the help of public function. So this is something that I really like about Python, that you don't have to write keywords like private, public, protected. It's basically understandable. Whenever we are using double underscore, that means it's private. And here I have created a general accessible public function. Okay, that's good. Now let me create a setter. That means I can change the value of my new speed. So for that, let us create a new function with the name of set and then give a new name. Actually, the way we are using get and set is just a convention. It is just easy to read, and someone who is going to audit your code, or whenever even you are going to edit your code at a later stage, you know why I have written this particular method. It's just a convention and easy to read and understand. Now setter means I need to set a particular value, so I need to take a input. So for that I will be taking a new input as new speed. Now I need to set value for this particular instance. What I can do is I can just copy this one, paste here, and then this will be equals to my new speed that I am getting. That's done. That means I have actually changed the value of my private attribute. Okay, seems good. Let me clear this out since we don't need the particular speed, and let me try to change the value of our speed. So for that I will be using the set function, and let me call that function s.set new speed, and I need to pass a value because I need to give a new speed. So if I give 100 and if I try to print that, you can see I got my result as 100. So what actually happened is I changes the set value. That means I changed the new speed, and then after that I tried to get access to my new speed and I was able to get the updated value. So if I try to run this particular print function before this, you will see I will get a result of 80 and then 100. Clear it is. I got 80, then I set a new value and then 100. So I hope now you understand what is the meaning of getter. That means we are actually returning a value, and what is the setter? We are changing or modifying a value. Both terms are simple. I hope now you also understand the meaning of this private. So private is something that is only accessible in our class. We can use this particular private attribute anywhere in our class, but if I try to access that outside of my class, I am going to get an error and we cannot use that. So I hope now you understand about data hiding, and most importantly, this is one of the pillar of OOPS. It is followed in Java, it is followed in C++ as well as in Python. So it is really important for you to understand this. In the next lecture, we are going to talk about private method. So here we were using private attribute. In the next lecture, we will be creating a private method also that cannot be accessed outside the class. So see you in the next one.